Kai Havertz signed for Chelsea for 75.8 million, but he has recently lost his spark and was sold by Chelsea. Signing for rivals Arsenal, Havertz looked to reignite his career and become an Arsenal legend and the best player in the world. And here we are arriving at Havertz's career at Arsenal. It begins with the number 29 shirt and a very excited Arsenal fan base after being a bit of a letdown for Chelsea at the end of the day. Havertz has come here to Arsenal to reignite his career. He's currently rated 82 at the age of 24 still. He's still very young and he has lots of opportunities. He's able to play cam, right wing, striker, and in this career we're going to see how far we can take him through his career at Arsenal in the next 8 seasons to see if we can make him one of the best players in the world and bring him up to the level he once was and beyond. So the first thing that happens here, guys, the final of the FA Community Shield against Manchester City is a loss for Arsenal. So no first trophy straight away. Man City winning that one 3-1 there. And now we got our Champions League group stage game. We got Seville, PSV and RC Lens in our group for the Champions League in this first season. And as you can see, Havertz here at the end of season 1 has gone up to an 86 overall. He's already got +4 stats, so he's doing really well, and he's got 16 goals and 12 assists in 55 appearances so far this season. That's a huge amount of goals, double figures for goals and assists, and a 4+ stat rating boost. It's really good. Now looking at the Premier League table, Arsenal only managed to finish 3rd in the table. Man City topping the group, Liverpool in 2nd and Arsenal in 3rd. So we do finish in the top 4, which means we get the Champions League next season. But as for the Emirates FA Cup, we got knocked out in the 3rd round by Manchester City, who end up going through to the final. And looking into the Carabao Cup, Crystal Palace won that one 2-1 against Manchester City, so no win there either. And we didn't make it to the final of the Champions League either. I don't think we made it very far through the group at all. Barcelona and PSG were taking the final for that one. And looking here, I don't think we even made, there we are, we made it all the way, losing 4-2 on aggregate to PSG in the quarterfinals. So not enough this first season, but we do get in the Champions League. Now we have got the Euro 2024 coming up now, the end of that season. Germany take on Netherlands, Wales and Norway, and we end up finishing 2nd in the group to Wales, believe it or not. Germany there with 4 points, Wales with 6 points, Norway, poor Haaland getting knocked out down at the bottom with 2 points. And we go to the knockout stages now against France to start us off. And look at this German team, it's not a bad team. We're going to see this progress throughout the 8 seasons to see which one of these German players does well. And as you can see, Havertz actually got a goal here, and Schlottenbecker got one as well. We end up beating France 2-1 in the quarterfinals, which advances us through to the semi-finals against Italy. If we can win this one, we will be in the final. And this is the lineup once again. Havertz there playing at center attacking mid for this Germany team, simming the game. And we just managed to win it on penalties 5-4, beating Italy in the semi-finals, which means we get to go all the way through to the finals. Werner there scoring as well as Adeyemi, and it pushed us through to the final against Belgium of Euro 2024. So this is a chance for Havertz to earn his first trophy of this career, of this season. And yes, they've gone and got a 1-0 victory here against Belgium. And look at this, Havertz's trophy cabinet filling up for the first time with his Euro 2024 trophy. One of many, hopefully, to add to that. As we finish the first season off here, we were runners up in the Community Shield. We got to the, I think, quarterfinals of the Champions League, and we head on into season 2, playing Champions League this season and looking for more results. Now the Euros got him up to 87, so he went up 1 more stat point in the preseason kind of time. He's now 25 years old, and we have got a new group here in Group B in the Champions League against Juventus, Celtic and Apollo FC. Let me know who those guys are in the comments down below, guys. We've now advanced to the end of season 2. And Havertz is a 90 rated player. He's only been going for 2 seasons at Arsenal. He's 90 rated. And total this season, 18 goals and 6 assists in all competitions. So he's going to put his goal tally up for this entire career through 34 goals and 18 assists in 2 seasons, which is pretty good, as well as a 90 rating. Now looking at the final tally of the Premier League season, we are sitting in 2nd place. Arsenal here, just behind Manchester City by 3 points, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to beat them because they do have the goal difference advantage as well. The FA Cup final was between West Brom and Manchester United, so no luck there for Arsenal with this one. And we're going to look at the Carabao Cup here. We ended up winning the Carabao Cup midway through the season, which means Havertz gets his second trophy of this career in this trophy cabinet. He gets a Carabao Cup added to that one as well. We're 2 seasons in, and we have got 2 trophies so far. One in the first season, one in the second season. We are here in Group B, and we ended up finishing second place, 3 points behind Juventus. Havertz there playing well by the looks of it in his Champions League group, and he ends up beating Leverkusen to push on through to the quarterfinals. And we get knocked out of the quarterfinals to Juventus 3-2 on aggregate, which means our journey ends there. It looks like Juventus end up going into the final against Barcelona in that one. And we come into the final game of the Premier League season, guys, just to see if possibly we do beat Manchester City, which I don't think is going to be possible. And no, we didn't get the win, and we ended up drawing to Manchester United. So there is the final results for Season 2. We won the Carabao Cup, quarterfinals of the Champions League, and finishing second in the Premier League. So we almost made it to the Premier League title, but it just wasn't enough. Now we head into Season 3. We're at the start of Season 3 here. Havertz is on his 90 rated 90. Starting at Season 1 at 82 and being all the way up to 90 already is pretty good, and he's already recognized as one of the world's best here at Arsenal, and he's got to play against Inter, Hoffenheim and Dynamo Kiev in this third season in the Champions League. And we are approaching the end of the season now of Season 3, and we've gone up 2 more stat points. He's gone up at 26 years old, he's up to 92 rated, and he's scored 19 goals in this season with 8 assists. So that's another huge amount of goals, almost hitting 20, getting 53 total in his career. What an amazing amount of goals that is for 3 seasons. And look at that, once again 3 points behind Manchester City again. And it just isn't going to be enough. The sad part is we just don't have enough in us. We need 3 points plus 6 goals, and I think we actually have them as the last game of the season. Now the final of the Emirates FA Cup sees Arsenal make it to the final against Leeds, so another chance to win a trophy, and that might be our first cup as well. And we've made it to the final of the Champions League. Arsenal here up against Bayern Munich in this third season, so we got a chance to win some trophies. Now the final game of the season, if we can beat Manchester City by about 3 or 4 goals here, we will win the Premier League. But it wasn't meant to be. And Man City beat us 2-0, Foden scoring both goals there, which gave them the Premier League title, unfortunately. But we do face up now against Leeds in the FA Cup, looking for at least 1 trophy this season. We've got the FA Cup to play for, and yes, we do. We've won the FA Cup, so that's another trophy in the bag. We've got Euro 2024, we got the Carabao Cup, and we now have a FA Cup to add to his collection as well. So that's 3 trophies in 3 seasons so far, and we still have the opportunity next to get the Champions League win. Can we do it here against Bayern Munich? Look at our team here. We've got Robertson at left back now. Martinelli's up to a 90. Saka's up to a 91. And Ramsdale an 87. Can this team do it? Can we win the Champions League? No. Oh, they've lost 2-1 to Bayern Munich. Oh, I thought we were going to have this one in the third season. We end up finishing with a potential treble, ends up finishing as a single FA Cup winning season here in the third season. But there's lots of room to grow, and we head into the World Cup 2026. Germany with Belgium, Morocco and Ukraine in their group. Havertz here playing for Germany, getting a second place finish in the group, tying top with Belgium, just losing out to goal difference. So we do head on in to the knockouts, and we've got Scotland in the knockouts for this one. Scotland here, and it's going to be an interesting to see if we can get a result. And yes, we do. We just get a result here against Scotland, getting a 5-3 penalty win after a 2-2 draw in the match, and we head on into the next round against Croatia. Can we push through to another round here? No. We lost 5-4 to Croatia in this game. That's ridiculous. It went to extra time as well, and they ended up scoring 5 goals against us, finishing Season 3 off here in second place in the Premier League. We won the FA Cup, and we came second in the Champions League. It wasn't quite enough, but we head on into Season 4 with the hopes of getting more trophies. Can Havertz do it? He's a 92 rated player, age 27. His Arsenal career has taken huge steps to becoming one of the world's best, and hopefully a Ballon d'Or before the end of this career as well. That'd be really cool if we can get that. Now Arsenal's group here in the Champions League looking pretty easy. We got the FA Cup Community Shield, and we actually ended up winning it this time against Man City on penalties, so we will claim a Community Shield for Havertz's trophy cabinet just to add it in there. I know it's not a major trophy, but it's nice to see it added in there. We got to Season 4 at the end now. Only 8 goals this season. We got +1 stat point up to 93, which is huge, but only 9 assists. So our total goals and assists are 61 goals, 35 assists after 4 seasons. And we look at the Premier League table, and oh my god, may have been a bad season for Havertz, but Arsenal themselves finishing top of the Premier League for the first time. And look at those points, that's ridiculous. 91 points, well ahead of Manchester City and Spurs here, finishing top of the Premier League. And we will be taking home a Premier League title after the end of the last game of the season very shortly. We don't make it through to the finals of the Carabao Cup this season, getting knocked out in the semis there to Manchester United, who end up going to win it, and the getting knocked out of the FA Cup as well, unfortunately. So no more trophies this season, but we may be able to get the Champions League here if we get lucky. We ended up finishing top of our group, and looking here at the results of the round of 16, oh yes, we lost to Leipzig 4-1 on aggregate. Jeez, losing to Leipzig there in the round of 16, that's not good enough from Arsenal. But we are here at the end of the Premier League season. We've already won it. We've got one more game to go. Just showing you guys the lineup. Rice there, 88. Raspadori in the lineup as well now. Winning 4-1 against Forest in the last game of the season gives us our first Premier League trophy with Kai Havertz here, adding it to his trophy cabinet. He's now got 5 trophies in the bag so far out of 4 seasons. And we're about to head on into season 5. And it's not a bad trophy cabinet at all. Bringing home another trophy. So every season we've gone and grabbed something, which is not bad. We just haven't got a double or a treble yet, which is probably what Havertz should be aiming for now, finishing first in the Premier League. I wouldn't really count the FA Cup, the FA Community Shield, sorry, as a actual trophy. It's just a bit of a nice one to have on the side. Now we head on into season 5. We're at the start of season 5 here. Havertz hasn't moved away from 93 overall yet. He's 28 years old, and look at him here, loving life at Arsenal, looking to get another win there. But no, the Community Shield this time goes back to Manchester City. We lose out that one. And this year's Champions League group is against Barcelona, Betis, and Shakhtar Donetsk. So hopefully we can get a good result there in the Champions League. Not an easy group though. We come to the end of season 5, still at 93 rated, so we haven't gone up yet. And the current form, holy moly, 29 goals in all competitions for Havertz this season with 11 assists. That puts his tally up to 90 goals. He's almost hit 100 goals in 5 seasons here at Arsenal. But look at that, our top 4 finish is on the horizon. Manchester City running away with it this season. We couldn't retain our Premier League title. Would have been good to get 2 in 2, but unfortunately we didn't make it through the Carabao Cup either this season. Manchester City, they're facing off against Chelsea, and Burnley against Manchester City for the finals there, but we do make it to the Champions League final. Arsenal here getting in against PSG with a chance to win the Champions League for the first time in 2028. Can we get a trophy in this season? Can we get the Champions League trophy? Looking at this team, Saka, Martinelli, 91 overall each. Havertz there with 93. We've got Hakimi in here now, and some random left back with 68 overall. I think he must be a regen. And do we get the win? Yes, we do. Yes. Hakimi good scoring the game's winning goal there, and we've brought home the Champions League to Arsenal. Finally, Havertz's career here, season win almost all of the trophies required. That's really good. He's got 1 Premier League, 1 Champions League, a Carabao Cup, an FA Cup, a Community Shield, and he's also got a Euro 2024 trophy with Germany as well. And speaking of Euros, we are heading into Euro 2028 now with them as well. We got Portugal, who topped the group. Scotland came in 3rd, and Sweden came in 4th. We ended up getting 2nd place, so it's not too bad as we head on in against England in this quarterfinals. Can we win this one here and push on for another Euro? No, we can't. England beat us 3-1, and Havertz did score 1 goal, but it wasn't enough after Scott and Shaw scored. Interesting. So we end the season here 3rd place. We ended up winning the Champions League this season. That was the main thing we got, was the Champions League in season 5. And now we head on to season 6, to the 28-29 season, and Havertz here hungry for more. He's hungry for more goals and for more trophies to add to his trophy cabinet. Can he do it here at Arsenal? We've got Monaco, Roma, and Betis in our group this season in the Champions League, and we arrive at the end of season 6 now with a 93 rated once again. We haven't gone past 93 rated at all, and I don't know if we're going to. We've got 12 goals and 8 assists in all competitions. That's like half of what we got last season, if not more, when he scored 29 goals. But we do have a pretty good, oh look at that, there we go, 1st place in the Premier League with 1 game to go. I always finish it with 1 game to go so that we can see the last game, and here it is against Sheffield United. A win here will see us winning the Premier League. Let's not throw it here, Arsenal, please don't throw the match here. A win, oh my, a 2-2 draw, and I'm not seeing a trophy in the celebrations here. Oh no, Manchester City ends up winning by 1 point because we drew against Sheffield United. And look at this, Sheffield United, guys, of all people, We lose by 1 point, and Sheffield United are all the way down the bottom here in 20th place. We drew to the bottom team. They've relegated. They've only got 16 points. And we lost out the Premier League titles, Manchester City, because of that. No other trophies in, and just to rub salt in the wounds here, Carabao Cup loses out to Manchester City as well. Not a good season, not at all. We finished second in our group here, but we end up getting knocked out in the round of 16 once again to Atletico Madrid this season. So we don't make it any further through, and the finals ends up being a matchup between Monaco and Salzburg, believe it or not. So that's a pretty cool matchup there in this season. We do end up, I found this, I just completely forgot about this one. I found the Super Cup here. We ended up beating Marseille in the Super Cup because we won the Champions League, and we end up getting a Super Cup trophy to add to our collection as well. Just a nice little side note there. Now, the end of this season sees us runners up in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, sitting in second in the Premier League. I don't know how we didn't win it. And we head on into season 7 for Havertz's career, and he still hasn't gone above at 93. But look at his insane stats, guys. He's 30 years old now, but he has got some insane stats. He's got 99 dribbling, 94 finishing, 90 heading accuracy, 94 long passing. He's turned out to be such a great player and definitely one of the world's best. Unfortunately, we haven't actually won the Ballon d'Or. I have been trying to get him to win the Ballon d'Or, and it just wasn't happening. He just wasn't performing well enough. And you can see from our Champions League group there, we head on into the end of season 7. Havertz getting 14 goals, 10 assists. Not a bad tally for his 7th season, guys. One more season to go. We're sitting at 116 goals and 64 assists. Is this going to be a good season? Oh, yes, it is. It's going to be a Premier League title for Arsenal, and Havertz here, only losing 4 games, bringing home the Premier League title here. Manchester City once again in second place. It's always close between these two teams. But we've also made it to the final of the FA Cup, which means we can do the double this season if we can beat Liverpool here in the FA Cup. We didn't quite make the Carabao Cup, so the treble is not on the cards unless we make it through in the Champions League to the final. Now, looking at the Champions League, we're sitting top of our group here. We beat Wolfsburg, Rangers, and Club Brugge. We end up beating... Oh, we beat Juventus there. Oh, no, it's not Juventus, sorry. Monte Calcio. We end up winning there as well against Real Madrid. Does this mean we're going all the way? We've beaten Real Madrid. We've got to the semis. We've beaten Dortmund, which means we're in the finals against Chelsea. Champions League final against Chelsea. We've got the FA Cup coming up in the final against Liverpool as well. This is a chance to get a treble this season in his 7th season here with Arsenal. Can we get 3 trophies? Looking at this team here against... We got a few nice players in there. Cucurella, Martinez, Bastoni as well. Can we get an FA Cup trophy? Yes, we can. A 1-0 win. Martinelli scoring the goal here, and we come away with a victory against Liverpool in the FA Cup, which means we can add another trophy to Havertz's trophy cabinet here. 2 FA Cups in his career, 2 Premier Leagues, a Carabao Cup, a Champions League, and a Community Shield. Now we have an opportunity to get another Champions League, his 2nd Champions League before his time here at Arsenal is finished. Can we do it? Look at this ridiculously good Arsenal team, guys. It's insane. And yes, we get a 3-1 victory here. Cucurella even scoring against Chelsea in the 115th minute after extra time. And Havertz even got the first goal as well. So we have won the Champions League final, and we got another Champions League trophy. This trophy cabinet is really filling up for Havertz here. We're going to keep track of this as we go through other people's careers and see who can get the most trophies in 8 seasons, because it's a really cool competition. We got Mudryk in the last one we didn't quite get enough, but Havertz here definitely putting on the show and getting quite a lot, but he hasn't won a Ballon d'Or. That's the main thing. We head on into a 8th and final season. Now Havertz has not gone past 93 rated. He is still one of the world's best, but he is now 31 years old and coming towards the end of his career here at Arsenal. We've got PSG, Sevilla, and young boys in our group this season, and we head on into the end of the season winning the Super Cup, so adding that to our trophy cabinet once again just to fill it up a little bit more, and we have the opportunity to get more trophies this season. His final season here at Arsenal, we end up winning the Community Shield as well, getting the 2 smaller trophies completed early on in the 8th and final season, so we're going to add that to our trophy cabinet as well. Another FA Cup Community Shield there, and we've got one gap in the middle there for either a Premier League or a Champions League or both, and a gap at the top there for an FA Cup as well. We come to the end of season 8, and Havertz doing really well here. The age of 31, scoring 22 goals in all competitions, 14 Prem goals and 10 assists as well. That brings his final tally of this career 138 goals, 74 assists, guys. That's a pretty good tally, finishing 2nd in the league, but we have 1 game remaining. 89 points apiece between City and Arsenal. Can we win our final game? If we can, and they draw or lose, we get the Premier League title. So we got to face up here against Chelsea. Raspadori up front. We've got De Jong in here now. We've got Konate at the back as well. Can we do it? Can we get the Premier League title one more time? Oh, we did win. We did win, but I'm not seeing a trophy. I'm not seeing a trophy in the celebration locker room here, and it's Manchester City. They won their game as well, and they beat us by 8 goal difference. That's 3 times in this career we've lost out to them. And the Carabao Cup, early on in the season, we actually ended up winning it, so that's another trophy added to our trophy cabinet, which is filling it up really nicely, and it's looking really good. I think that's going to be the last trophy we're going to get, guys, because it's, unless we can get the Champions League. Oh, we've got the FA Cup to add to it as well. This could be a really good 7th and 8th season here for Arsenal. If we can get this last one here, it's Arsenal against Norwich. Looking at the team, same team as we had just now. Raspadori up front looking really good as well. This Arsenal team's definitely changed since the beginning of this career mode, and we end up winning 3-1 in this one. Another trophy, another FA Cup for Havertz's trophy cabinet, and look at that, guys. What a career he has had. 8 seasons here at Arsenal, and look at that, another FA Cup to add to the collection. And there's just one gap right in the middle there. We've got one more thing to play for, and that is the Champions League. Can we fill that final gap up? We finished 2nd in our group, just behind PSG. We've got every opportunity here to progress through the round of 16. Did we get the results we needed in the round of 16 here? We end up getting through. Did we get through here? We beat Napoli here. Oh, we lose to Manchester City on penalties in the quarterfinals. Manchester City once again really holding us back in this career mode. So there's going to be no more trophies for Havertz in this career mode, but he's done so well to get all the ones he has got. And the final there going between Milan and Manchester City. Now that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 trophies here for Havertz in this career mode. That's a very full trophy cabinet, and he's done really well to get those ones. He's up to a 93 rated, age of 31 after 8 seasons, and he has done so well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Please give us a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you leave a comment down below if you've enjoyed this video, and let me know your thoughts of any other players you want to see progressing like this through 8 seasons of their career. That's it from me for this episode, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.